For those that are tuning in for Straight Talk, today's not going to be a normal episode. It's going to be a special one. We'll be back with normal Straight Talk next week. But today, we're going to be showing a video of Pastor Raul. You know, many of you know Pastor Raul as a pastor teacher of this church for many years or listening to him on the radio. But he also has other talents. One of them is making salsa. But he has turned his passion in making salsa as being an evangelistic tool. We made a cool video. We hope you like it. Check it out.
Hey everybody, I'm here with my granddaughter Skylar, and they've conned me to do my hot sauce. This hot sauce that I actually make, it's a new recipe, which is really good, and I'm not giving it to you. I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to start out by letting you know this is the tomatoes that we're going to canned tomatoes. We have the chilies here. Then we have a little pico de gallo here. And then we got cactus and onions and lemons. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be kind of neat to make. And then to have these guys, all of us, we're going to eat it with chips, which you need chips to eat that. So we're going to start, Scotty, what are you going to start with?
I'm going to start with the onions, chopping those up.
And I'll start with the chilies.
Okay.
So it'll be cool, so we cut them up, okay? So I'm going to use this knife better. So we got this knife, and then I have the small knife. I like the small knife better to cut it up.
So how did you come up with this recipe?
Well, it's been a long time, and well, the other day I was just kind of looking at my hot sauce, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to try something new. And so I did, and it blew me away. I mean, I felt like I was in heaven. I don't know how that happened, but, you know, that's kind of like a heathen, right, preparing something. And I'm not giving glory to Satan. I'm giving the glory to the Lord because He's the one that gives us the thinking, right?
Yes.
And it's always really cool to do that. These things are, you know, my dad used to make hot sauce all the time when I was a kid. And we used to eat hot sauce. And I love the way he made it. So I decided when I got married to start making my own hot sauce. So it's been pretty cool to sit there and to make it and then to taste it. And then for people to go ahead and eat it. And yesterday I came up with the idea, why don't we film it and have Eddie, you know, Monet's husband, which is my other granddaughter, to go buy all the ingredients today this morning. And so he called me. I wrote it yesterday. He called me. He says, is this what you want? And I said, you know what? This is what I want. This is going to be a cool thing. When I cut up the chilies, you know, they're going to be crushed in a moment here. You know, so we almost...
And you also make this for the sheriffs, huh?
Yeah, I was for 17 years for the sheriffs.
And how did you start doing that?
Well, you know what? I went to see if I could be one of the writers, you know, to be with them at night, you know, to drive with them. Uh-huh. And so at first they didn't really want me there because they didn't know I was a pastor, but they didn't know I was a veteran. And so what I did is I took my movie and I left it in the station. And so in 2 weeks they called me and say, we want you to be our chaplain. So I went ahead, right, to be a chaplain. So it was really cool because as a chaplain, I got to share the gospel with them, which was really neat.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so I know all these guys. You know, this is a station in Walnut, and then you have the in Ballon Park, you have the Highway Patrol. So in San Dimas, too, the sheriff's station. And so it's been really cool taking this time. We're taking tamales and we're taking pizzas, you know, for a long time now. And so I'm thinking of going back and doing hot sauce for them, so they can enjoy, you know, what they're doing. They you know, they give their lives for us.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the military. And a lot of these guys, they come out of the Marine Corps, you know. It is really cool. They become sheriffs, they become highway patrol, and they become other things in security, which is really neat for me. Because then we have safety, right? And when we are safe, it's because these guys are willing to put their lives on the line. A lot of these guys are veterans. They've been some of in Vietnam, they've been in Iraq, you know, they've been just all over the world, which is really cool. And when they do that, you know, the sheriffs and the people feel safe, because without them, what happens, you know? It's when, you know, so I started doing that, and they liked it. They accepted me as their chaplain. And the reason for that, which was really cool, is that as I became their chaplain, because I was a veteran, they began to share with me their problems.
Oh, wow.
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, they trusted me.
Yeah.
And then I trusted them. So I would go at night, 10 o'clock. They have two shifts. They have at 10 and 11. In the morning, 6 and 7.
Oh, okay.
And so, and you know what's really cool about that is that when I started writing with them, not only I became friends with them, but I began to not only share with them the gospel, but they began to share with me their lives, what they were going through, some separations, some divorces, and then of course some in sin, you know, which we're all sinners. And I got to share with them, and they start trusting me. And from that point on, I was there for 70 years, which is really cool. And being there with 70 years with them gave me the blessing.
Yeah.
You know, get to know them as brothers in the Lord. And a lot of them, you know, they haven't really accepted Christ, you know, but, you know, you gave them the seeds, and the seeds are planted.
Yeah, that's
And
all you need
then-
to do. Just plant the seed, and God will do the rest.
Yeah, and I mean, he'll do whatever he has to do because these guys need the Lord. So now we're going to get
How many onions do I need?
Put them in here, the whole thing.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. Oh, just these right here.
Okay.
That's it. Medium. That's good. Let's see how let's look and see. Oh yeah, awesome. Let me take it.
Oh, it smells so spicy.
Look at. Okay, let me do it here. Look at that.
It's squirting.
Look at that. So now we need cactus. Give me the other couple.
Do you need all of them?
Yeah, all in here. And it's really cool. Once we put this in here, we gotta grind it totally. So here we go. Okay, and then lemons.
Lemon?
Yeah.
All of them, or how many?
Give me 2. Crush it here. All that lemon in there. Okay. Another lemon. Another lemon. Okay. 1. Okay. 1 more lemon. Okay, nice. There we go. And then, let's see, salt. So, okay, we'll get that set up. Okay. This little thing. Okay.
Salt it up.
All set up. Look at that. There we go. Okay. And now
Could
we're
really
going to
die of a
crush
heart
it again.
attack.
Crush it. And you know, it's pretty cool because there was a friend of mine. They had a green burrito. You know, in Laverne, remember it?
Yeah.
Louis? And Louis and I were gonna start a business making hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah, because he liked my hot sauce, and I like what he did too. And then he had cancer. He had brain cancer, and then he died.
Was he a
And,
Christian?
Yeah, he went to be with the Lord.
That's so
And
cool.
so from that point on, I thought, you know what? This is, I was going to name it Hotter Than Hell, which is a good title. Hotter Than Hell, right?
Yeah.
Not heaven, because it's going to burn you. So when you go to hell, what happens? You burn.
Yeah.
So this hot sauce is greater than Hotter Than Hell, which is going to really burn people's mouths.
Yeah.
Okay? There. Okay. Hey, we want to do now is invite my staff here. I want them to try it and see if I pass or fail. So we'll see what happens. So come on, you guys, get a little taste. You guys can come through. Eat it all. You got it?
That was good.
Hey, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I want to taste mine. Man, I wonder if Target wants to buy it, so we can put it on the shelf. But thank you for watching. It is hot. Thank you.